Hello world, it is Tuesday, March 16th. Kind of an overcast sky here in Defiance. This morning, kind of rainy and cold. Yesterday, a little bit of snow or sleet, whatever that was, but it didn't stick. Today's supposed to be in the 50s, so back to a little bit warmer weather. And then I think down in the 40s the next couple days, and then back in the 60s next week, maybe even close to 70. So we're getting there. Today's devotion is entitled Birthdays and Rainbows, written by Donna Shaper. Donna bases the devotion upon Isaiah 44, verse 21. I have made you, you are my servant. Israel, I will not forget you. And then Donna writes, a man with a lot of tattoos walked onto the A train at 42nd Street. He was carrying a large Carvel ice cream birthday cake. It was not yet dripping, but you could tell it was going to. He had a great smile on his face, and he had a handful of plastic spoons. The car wasn't that crowded, maybe 20 of us. He invited us to celebrate his birthday with him and gave us all a spoon. A few people declined. Most jumped in. He was glad to be born. God was glad he was born. God had not forgotten him. Plus, it helped me with my personal philosophical problem about a personal God for my personal person. Clearly, every now and then I get invited to be God's proxy. I want my intimates to remember my birthday. I'm not so sure I want God to remember my birthday. God has so much else to do as I see it. Rainbows, dawn, dusk, thunderstorms, feeding me and my kids and my friends and the kids and friends of people I don't know and never will. Accuse me of being one of those Christians who believes God wound the clock and did so with miracles embedded and then stepped away. Think of me as a believer in evolution. Simultaneously, I don't really know what God is giving up this Lenten season, but I know it's not me. That's why it was so great to be delivered from these big kinds of thoughts for a small one on the subway. And the prayer. Deliver us, O God, from philosophical problems we cannot solve, and send us some sweet ones we can really enjoy. Amen. I like Donna's devotionals because they're often kind of whimsical and yet serious at the same time. And as I was reading this devotion, I wondered, what would I do? What would you do if you were on the subway and a man with an ice cream cake asked you if you wanted some and handed you a spoon? Would you share? Now, pandemic aside, just imagine that we weren't in a pandemic. I'd like to think I would engage with him in sharing of joy, sharing of whatever joy it was that he felt, and sharing. That's an incredible thing to think about, I think. And other thoughts I had about this devotion. Sometimes I think we spend too much time thinking and trying to understand God and maybe manipulate God. And sometimes we just need to be in the moment. And that's where we find God, is in that moment. Anyway, lots to think about on this. I hope you enjoy your day. I hope you get outside today sometime and enjoy the little bit warmer weather as compared to what we had yesterday, which was quite chilly. And just breathe and just be outside and notice and look around and see what's all around you and give thanks. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Take care.